Life Modem Broadcast Network.
This life-saving broadcast is brought to you by the Cable of Life. Join the network. It might just save your life, or at least what's left of it. This just in. Do not visit the house at the edge of town. Our sources state that almost every town has one of these anomalies. If you get within 35 meters of one of these houses, sources state, the anomaly releases a strange pheromone designed to lure you onto the front porch of the house. This pheromone smells different to each victim exposed to it. It could smell like anything from your grandma's freshly baked cookies, to your lover's perfume, or even the corpse of a beloved family member. As long as it attracts the victim to get close enough to be redacted. We are unsure of how the house at the edge of town chooses what smell to produce, but in every recorded case the pheromone produced was incredibly difficult for the victim not to investigate. It is unknown where these houses originate from. Some sources state that a house at the edge of town was seen at approximately 2:34 a.m., walking on what appeared to be giant insect-like legs, before settling down into a vacant lot at the edge of redacted township. Meanwhile, a conflicting account from another source states that a house at the edge of town simply appeared in its place one night. A local security camera caught what appears to be a large amorphous blob of swamp-like goo rising out of the ground and redacted. The house at the edge of town now appears to have been in that place for years, despite only just materializing. While most of the recorded anomalies vary greatly in appearance, they all have the same three characteristics: a large porch on the front of the house, no back door, and the front door left wide open. The size of the house at the edge of town can also vary, the average being around the same size as a small cottage and at least 2 stories tall, but the largest anomaly of this species recorded by the network was redacted. The network found it best to terminate the massive anomaly with an airstrike. It is unknown what happens to each victim once the house at the edge of town lures them inside. There was an incident recorded by one of the network's on-site personnel. According to the report, a family member went looking for one of the victims taken by the house at the edge of town. The on-site personnel set up a barrier outside of the pheromone radius to keep out and protect unsuspecting passers-by. The man tried to jump the barrier only to be restrained by one of the on-site personnel. The following audio was recorded during this incident.
Let me go! She's still in there! I can still hear her. She won't stop screaming. Let go of me! I won't let her suffer anymore!
The man proceeded to push past the on-site personnel, and before anyone was able to stop him, he threw a homemade Molotov cocktail into the second-story window, setting the anomaly ablaze. Immediately the anomaly began to scream, then redacted. There were 16 on-site personnel casualties and the man who started the fire was left decapitated. The anomaly fled the scene, and there have been no known sightings of it since. It would seem that certain folk tales may have originated from these anomalies throughout the ages, such as the tale of Baba Yaga's cottage dating back to 1755, or more recently the children's animated film Monster House. Tales such as these could be due to the collective subconsciousness of the human race remembering encounters with these anomalies throughout history. Do with this information what you will, but remember, on nights like tonight, especially on Halloween night, do not visit the house at the edge of town. Thank you for watching LMBN, the Life Modem Broadcast Network. See you next time, unless of course, the calamity consumes us all.